Hi, in this video we're going to go over how to import incident files. First click Incidents in the top navigation bar, then click Import Incidents in the dropdown. This will take you to the Import Incident form where you can start uploading your incident files. Note that this form is only for uploading incident files, not fire department files. To start, we're going to upload a single incident file. First click the Choose File button shown here. This will bring up the file picker. Navigate to the incident file that you want to upload, select it, and then click Open. By default, the system will not accept any invalid incidents. However, you can click on the Yes button next to Accept Invalid Incidents to have the system accept your invalid incidents anyway. Also, the system won't import incidents that already exist in the system. If you want to import them anyway, you can click the Yes button next to Overwrite Existing Incidents to overwrite those existing incidents with your own. After importing your incident files, you will receive an email at the email address within this field shown here. If this field doesn't contain your correct email address, or if you would prefer using another email address, feel free to enter the correct one into this field. You can click the Clear button to reset this form if you need to start over. Once you're all done, click the Import Files button at the bottom to begin processing your import files. At the top it should say, your import request has been successfully submitted and placed in the queue for processing. This means the import is not yet done, but currently being processed. It will take some time for the incidents to be completely processed. Once the import is done, you should receive an email that looks like this. It should say, the NFIRS bulk import service has completed processing your files. And then it gives you a link to download the results of that import. Go ahead and visit that link by clicking it or copying it into your browser. That link will download a zip file. Navigate to that zip file within your file explorer and then open it. It should contain a set of 5 files for each incident file that you uploaded. These files contain information about how many incidents were imported successfully or unsuccessfully, and which error messages, if any, were produced. For this example, I've gone ahead and imported an incident file called example_incidents.txt. This is the result zip file that I downloaded from the email that I received after I imported the incident file. I already extracted its files into this test-import directory, so let's take a look at those files. I should see a set of 5 files for each incident file that I uploaded to the system. I only uploaded one incident file, so I will only see 5. Each file gives information about the success or errors of the import. The .bat file includes all those incidents that were not imported due to some error. The .out file is just a copy of the incident file that you uploaded. The parsing error file includes all issues involving file formatting. For now, we only care about 2 of these files. The file that ends in .log and the file that ends in .err. Let's first take a look at the .log file inside Notepad. At the top of the .log file, you should see basic information about the request itself, such as the incident file that you uploaded, whether you chose to accept your invalid incidents being saved to the system, and whether you chose to overwrite any existing incidents with your own. The next section tells you whether each incident from the incident file was imported successfully, had any validation errors, or outright failed to import. The first line says, incident was successfully imported, followed by the key information for that incident, which includes the incident's associated fire department ID, the associated state, so if this incident was reported in, say, Virginia, it would be VA instead of TR, the incident date, the incident number, and the exposure number. So we know one incident was imported without any errors, but what about the others? The next line says that the incident with this key information contains validation errors. So we know some part of that incident data was invalid. The line after that says the same thing about another incident. This final line says that the incident failed to import. My incident file only contained 4 incidents, but in practice yours could contain many more. So you can expect this list of messages to be much longer than shown here. Under Incident Summary, you will see a count for each type of import. Here we see that 1 incident was imported successfully. 2 incidents were invalid but imported anyway, and 1 incident failed to import at all. It will then show a total of all the incidents that were processed. And that's the end of the .log file. Let's go back to the zip file contents and now look at the .err file. This is the .err file in Notepad. We know from the .log file that 2 incidents were found invalid. This .err file shows you the actual error messages for those incidents. Each line starts with key information identifying the incident, followed by the module on which the error occurred, then the specific error message itself, then the severity of the error, and finally the field on which the error occurred. This repeats for all error messages for each invalid incident. Ideally, if there are no errors, this file should be empty. And that's the end of the .err file.